Appendix 5, media pitch. The basic idea, well, we aim to create a music video which really explores the changes and pressures which teenagers have to face at this difficult time. It'll be filled with themes of development and growing up and stuff like that. It'll have reference to many other forces which are affecting the way a child grows into an adult, like religion, media, peer pressure, stuff like that.
The artist we plan to use is Tom Hemingway, which is somebody well known, who writes his own songs. He isn't signed, but he has like quite a large variety of songs that he's written. He's 18, male and a student, so he's an ideal artist for our target audience. And his genre of music is acoustic alternative pop, so not really very specific. But, he's agreed to let us do an original song called Everything's Alright in France, which started recording with Chris Lloyd on the 5th of August. It ain't quite finished, but we've got a rough demo to be making.
That's not bad, that's okay, yeah, good, yeah.
The song's about all the trials and tribulations of the changes teenagers develop. It's about how a teenager can hide away for a while from all the outside changes, but eventually they've got to embrace and admit to all the decisions they've got to face.
Yeah.
It's about how they can dream and strive to reach excellence within themselves. The use of France is quite idyllic, so it seems like an ideal place to base a song around. There's a lot of happy instruments used, like marimbas, like you heard there. It's bright melody, and it's designed to lift the spirits of teenagers in turmoil.
Cool. Are you doing a performance and narrative video?
It's a bit of a hybrid video.
Right, target audience, it's 15 to 25, no specific gender or race or sexuality. All teenagers experience growing pains and face the pains of making tough decisions, so anyone can like relate to the song.
Right.
And this is our ideal kind of, yeah.
Right, got some steering, well done.
And then, yeah, read through that.
Does that say I can't read it? Because I've got my glasses on.
Liz is 17 and currently studying at Thomas Rotherham College. She's in her second year and is thinking about applying to university within the next couple of months. Although she has a seemingly easy life, it is recently that the pressures of college and pressure to succeed has begun to get her. Her parents are constantly pressuring her to be better than her capabilities and to set a good example to her younger siblings. As Liz is getting older, she's facing confusions of all kinds, including sexuality and religion. All these pressures leads to Liz just wanting to exclude herself from the world. Her reluctance to grow up and to face the outside world is becoming more apparent.
But just imagine she gets in one day and a new music video for Everything's Alright in France is being played on TV Rocks. She sits and watches and finds herself relating to all the key themes which are being displayed, and then all of a sudden she no longer feels alone.
That's amazing. Very good. Well done.
Here's our audience profile, and the subcultures include students who listen to bands like Mumford & Sons or Coldplay, like brands like Team Cake, Topshop, or Vans, Converse, and shops like Topshop, Urban Outfitters.
Good. Yeah, that's good.
Some of the themes we've used are growing up, like teenagers undergo a physical and mental process, and it's kind of helping them along with that and saying that you're not alone and other people are going through this. Stuff like education, a lot of teens appear in the media as being failed by education. Our art, there's going to be footage of our art reflecting on how is education led to become really is.
Costume, it'll be very basic so that we don't distract too much from the information from the video and things. But we're using like 3 different Toms, like 3 different actors, and they'll all be wearing kind of jeans and t-shirt kind of thing.
Just explain that bit a bit more then.
We're planning on using like a younger Tom, like age 3, 4 kind of thing. A slightly older one, aged like 10. And then normal Tom was like 18, to show that it's progression and how he's moved up.
So yeah, so it's quite very visual.
Yeah. And they're all going to be wearing the same thing to anchor that it's the same thing.
Yes, that's great. Brilliant. Well done. Really inventive.
With plan on using really open spaces to connote feelings of independence and freedom that the artist will be feeling at this time in his life. I plan on starting the video with a shot of the field at sunrise, like also the video with a shot of the same field at sunset.
Golden
Feel
hour.
that this will connote closure.
Great. Yeah.
Camera work. We plan on starting with an establishing shot that will really like set the scene, and it'll be like, right, this is where we are, this is what's happening. It'll be very scenic and natural. There'll be long shots to show the artist's journey, there'll be great shot types around to connote different emotions and feelings throughout. Movements will all be very smooth, but we'll travel at different speeds to connote the speed in which teens seem to mature. Angles will be a range. Level shots when the artist in the present day will have to change angle shots to connote youth when he's younger.
Yeah.
And then
I like that. That's brilliant. Good idea. Really good idea.
And then composition, both deep and shallow depth, and notes confusion, so like, that's it a bit more.
No,
Shallow
shallow.
depth,
Jump cuts will be a key thing in this video because they connote the artist's desperation, which most teens feel. And they also want to fast forward through the important decisions and move forward.
Yes, and sort of fast-paced jump montage.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I don't know what to
As a contingency plan, we've like filmed the wall being painted. It sounds weird, but it works.
You've already filmed it.
Yeah, filmed quite a bit.
Is it on your blog?
No, but I'll upload it.
Yeah, let's put on your blog
Yeah.
as brushes.
And it's painted in a way that's like, it could do it like a jump cut, it could appear like an equaliser.
Yeah.
So like go with like the time of the music and stuff. So that's
Sounds good, this one, Steve.
our contingency plan. Jump cuts will be used to show he's growing up. Like we plan to film youngest Tom walking towards us, and like film then the middle one and then the older one, and cut it together. It's like he's walking towards us in all these different stages. Special effects concern, we're open to have like an opening credit sequence where a shot like that will be used, and it'll appear in a handwritten style. Floor Records production, that'll disappear and then be rewrote on. Tom Hemingway in, disappear and then be rewrote on. Everything's alright in France.
Yeah, no problem.
So you're hoping to use After Effects to...
Yeah. And I've seen Steve's test on some of that, it's been good.
Bit rushed on.
It's fine.
And I've noticed that in a lot of music videos, especially if your artist's quite camera shy, it can look quite awkward lip syncing wise. Like they tend to like not know where to look or anything. So we were thinking to film it from this kind of angle, like that, and cut between lots and lots of different people doing it to show that it's like a thing that everyone's going through. So
Okay, yeah, it's symbolic. Yeah.
To cut it all together instead of having like the artist looking really awkward and kind of not.
Why is he a bit shy?
He's a bit camera
Right.
shy because he's not, well, like I say, he's not a signed artist. So, he's
Yeah.
not, so we thought that would be quite a good idea.
Okay.
Our video will be distributed on MTV Rocks and on their alternative rock section, or on Kerrang during their alternative hour. And it will also premiere on something like Freshly Squeezed, which is on Channel 4 at 6:30 every morning. And this is aimed at students, therefore it will target audience.
Which student is actually up at 6:30? Is my question.
Well, ideally.
Me.
So, yeah, thank you.
That was excellent. Well done. That's a really, really strong one, that one, girls. I'll write that up there. Brilliant. Curtis?